Tonight, an Elder High School alum and Wright State freshman remains in critical condition.
Wright State freshman with Cincinnati ties is in the hospital.
Elder High School graduate and Wright State freshman Ryan Custer remains in critical condition after suffering.
We're going to go back a little bit. Tell me about why you chose Wright State.
I mean, with Coach Donlin, obviously, he was the one that recruited me. And he was a great guy, and I got up here and I loved the campus and loved the facilities. And it was my only Division I offer, and that was always my dream to play Division I. So, yeah, it was a pretty easy choice.
Well, I loved it because it was only an hour and 15 minutes from home. And all the other teams that they played were in driving distance. So for us to be able to send him away where he's far enough away from home to be on his own, but yet close enough for us to get to all the games and drive while we're still working and raising all the kids, it was a bonus.
You know, it was a little bit strange because he wasn't somebody that we recruited, but you know what we knew is he was tough and he could shoot.
Right off the bat, Ryan's a very outgoing kid, always has been, so I knew making friends for him would be no problem.
I kind of knew Gray and Trey from Bowler, I knew of them. But everyone else, I mean, they took me with open arms and showed me the way, especially, I mean, Mike, we were new here too, so me, him, Lou, and Ev, we're kind of new guys, so we're in the same boat. It's pretty fun to get to know the guys and hang out with them, and they've been awesome.
Just the funny stories and how much he loved it. It was like these kids, it sounds like he had known them forever.
My first impression of him, he was obviously funny because like when I first met him, he was cracking jokes. But honestly, I thought he was a tough kid. He just seemed kind of tough. After I met him, I knew like instantly I was like, I'm gonna like this kid. I knew right away that it was serious, neck injury like that. I was talking to Mike on the phone, and he just told me that it wasn't looking good.
The shock of it just always was very difficult for everybody, and probably start for us this year. So from a basketball standpoint, it hurts, but I think even more so from a teammate, the camaraderie, some of the things that we missed having him around was even bigger.
Everyone's in shock, you know, and when something like that happens, you kind of find out who your real friends are, and they were there from the get-go. Most of them were there pretty much every day, just hanging out and showing their support, and that meant everything to me. It was awesome.
When I went to see him in the hospital, it was just such like, it was just like a rush of emotions. I couldn't like control myself. Like I had to leave the room because I was like crying and stuff. But it was just, I don't know. Like I just didn't want to see him like that because like I said, I loved him. Like I love him, and I just want the best for him. And it was just really tough.
This is a little trick Ryan learned today. Say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody, thank you. What's up guys? Thanks for the prayers.
You know, the courage he has just to get out of bed every day. Every time I open that door, I think, he's going to say, I can't do this. And you know, he has never said that. I swear to you, in the stack of Bibles, since the very first day he said it to George, he was in intensive care. He has never uttered those words again. Never.
He definitely has like a resilience, a toughness to him. Like I said, nothing's really changed. It's just he's in a chair now. Really, he's the same guy, and really just goes to show how tough he is, and gives us a little more courage. Because if he's fighting something like that every day, our problems seem so small compared to his.
Particularly late in the year, we started talking to our team about courage because it's hard. It's hard to be good, and it takes courage to be good. It's easier just to take a back seat and maybe not put yourself out there. But if you really want to be good, you have to put yourself out there, and it takes courage. And we talked a lot about the story of David and Goliath, not from the standpoint of David whipping this big giant, but the courage that David showed when he stepped out and took on this big giant. And so there were no miracles that really happened that day, other than it was a miracle that this young boy had all this courage to take on this giant. So I encourage our players to read that story a lot and just kind of pick out different things in it. And it really became evident to me when we had Ryan in Detroit and then in Dallas. Ryan was our David. You know, he was, when he had to take on this big deal in his life, you know, showed so much courage. It was easy for our players to show courage in things that didn't seem so big.
But still very much an integral part of this Wright State basketball program, as you can see.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant the world to me to be here, and I'm just glad they could make it work, and they've done everything they possibly could, and I just can't be more happy.
For me, there's always worse things that could happen. You hear about people breaking their necks and they die, so just for me to be here and have the support I have, just keep fighting and don't give up. I mean, I know it's cliche to say, but you realize you can't give up. There's really nothing better than reaching your goals and keep fighting and keep pushing and trying to be an inspiration to other people.
He could have every excuse in the world to wake up and be down in the dumps.
He's fought the ground before in a while, so it's weird.
And you see the way he carries himself every day, given his situation, positive, keeps the same sense of humor he had. You know, when you feel like you're down in the dumps some days, you think about Ryan, you think about how he handles his situation, and your problems seem so much more minuscule.
I'll get a text from his nurse saying, you know, he inspires me to get on. I think I'm having a bad day. And so many people have said this to me, and I told Ryan this on his birthday. I'm like, Ryan, you don't realize how many people you have helped and you have changed for the better, that one day I promise you God is going to help make you better.
The day after I got hurt and from surgery, and my friends were putting up posters, and there was one that filled up the entire wall of all the players signing with the Rowdies, and it meant the world to me. They signed something for a freshman. Probably more than half of them didn't even know, never even met, and for them to show their love and support, it meant the world to me and my family.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the people that have reached out, as soon as we put a Facebook page up, Wright State Family, and some of the parents that I didn't know how supportive they were until I would get these emails. And then they painted the rock, which was so cool. So we have pictures of that. The posters, you and Bob coming up, the coach, it's just been unbelievable. I want to say thank you. That's what I want to tell them. Continue to be the good people that you are, that have reached out to Ryan and reach out to other people. Nobody realizes how much that lifts you up.
It's hard, obviously, it's really hard, but just the people I have around me, they carry me, they help me through the day, they make sure everything's gonna be okay, and it's on me to just keep fighting. And obviously now I'm in a position, if I give up, then nothing's gonna come of it, and it's basically over. So I just gotta keep pushing and keep fighting and keep hoping for the best.
Family of Ryan Custer says he's making some small improvements. Recovery for this former college athlete and elder graduate.
Third rebound is now taking on a whole new meaning for Wright State University basketball.
What a positive attitude this kid has, considering everything he faces.
Family of the elder grad and Wright State freshman says he continues to make improvements.
He really just gives you courage because you know he's fighting every day.
He definitely is courageous, just to get out every day and have to do and live his life like he does every day.
We love Ryan. That's it.
Steal by Custer on the defensive end. Back comes.
He holds it together, and you know, he's amazing. It's just amazing.